Yo WWE fam, it's time for another update here on WWE News Update. Smash that subscribe button, ring the bell, and let's get into the ring of news. What unfolded on Monday Night Raw this week has turned into one of the most talked about controversies in WWE, not because of sensationalism, but because it exposed a deeper issue about performer safety, professionalism, and the responsibility of a global entertainment company. What should have been a career-defining night for Liv Morgan spiraled into a moment that left fans, analysts, and even industry insiders questioning how WWE manages its live broadcasts and protects its athletes. While rumors have floated around and exaggerated clips have circulated online, the real issue here is not scandal. It's the failure of basic safeguards that every performer deserves. The night that was meant to define Liv Morgan. Monday Night Raw was positioned as a pivotal moment for Liv Morgan, a performer who has spent years climbing the ranks with resilience, creativity, and consistency. After months of storylines building toward a major championship opportunity, she finally earned a match that promised to showcase her growth as one of WWE's most dynamic talents. Her entrance that night captured the energy she worked so hard to build, fans cheering, momentum rising, and her confidence clearly visible. Everything about the setup suggested that this would be the night she stepped decisively into the spotlight she has long been working toward. Backstage. Concerns that should not have been ignored. In the hours leading up to the show, sources backstage noticed issues with part of Liv's attire. Technical concerns related to comfort, durability, and mobility. Production staff reportedly raised these concerns during routine checks, but higher-level decision-makers pushed forward, prioritizing the show's visual presentation over practical safety considerations. These choices would later prove costly. What should have been a routine pre-show process became the first missed opportunity to prevent a problem that no performer should ever experience, especially not on live television. A match that showed Liv at her best. When the bell rang, Liv delivered exactly what fans expected: fast-paced athleticism, crisp technique, and the emotional fire that has made her one of the most relatable competitors on the roster. For the first 12 minutes, the match was everything WWE reportedly wanted: high intensity, top-tier execution, and a level of crowd engagement that few performers can generate so naturally. Her confidence, skill, and performance reminded everyone why she has become a fan favorite and why the women's division has flourished in recent years. The moment. Everything went wrong. Midway through the match, during a high-impact sequence that required precision and coordination, Liv encountered a sudden wardrobe malfunction. Not graphic, but significant enough to break her focus and disrupt the match. While the malfunction itself was not explicit, it was deeply embarrassing for any professional working in a highly public, high-pressure environment. A situation that should have been immediately addressed with careful production adjustments instead lingered for several seconds longer than necessary, placing Liv in an uncomfortable and unfair position. Why production's handling raised serious questions. WWE's production team has years of experience managing live television. They know how to shift camera angles, cut to wide shots, or transition to commercial breaks when necessary. That's why their delayed response felt so uncharacteristically careless. Rather than protecting Liv's dignity and moving the cameras away swiftly, the broadcast hesitated. The result wasn't harmful imagery, but an unnecessary extension of an embarrassing moment that should have been discreetly handled. For a company that prides itself on precise production, the hesitation appeared negligent and disrespectful. Liv's professionalism amid an uncomfortable situation. Despite the setback, Liv handled the moment with professionalism that deserves recognition. She continued the match, regained her composure, and attempted to finish the performance she had worked so hard to deliver. But viewers could see the change. Her confidence was shaken, her rhythm disrupted, and her focus understandably affected. No performer should have to push through embarrassment caused by technical oversights that were entirely preventable. Damage control that missed the point. Shortly after the show ended, WWE began removing unauthorized clips from social media. While protecting a performer's privacy is appropriate, the company's official explanations failed to acknowledge the emotional impact on Liv or the production errors that caused the issue. Instead of supporting one of their own with honesty, empathy, and accountability, WWE released a generic statement that reduced the incident to a vague equipment issue. It wasn't the malfunction itself that upset many fans. It was the lack of transparency and compassion in addressing it. The human impact behind the headlines. Backstage reports suggested that Liv was emotionally shaken, not because of injury, but because she felt the moment she worked tirelessly for was overshadowed by an avoidable mishap. She reportedly sought privacy, leaning on close friends rather than management. For someone who has invested years of personal sacrifice into her career, the emotional toll of such an incident is undeniable. This wasn't about embarrassment. It was about feeling unsupported by the organization she represents. A silence that spoke loudly. Many fans expected statements of support from fellow wrestlers, but the roster remained largely silent. Whether this silence was due to company restrictions or personal caution is unknown, but the absence of vocal solidarity created an impression that Liv was facing the aftermath alone. In an industry where performers routinely emphasize unity and respect, the lack of visible support felt disheartening. The real issue: systemic negligence, not a single incident. This situation reflects a broader problem. Performers should not have to worry about their gear failing on live television. They should not have to choose between professionalism and personal dignity. The incident underscores the importance of proper testing, performer input, and safety protocols that should be non-negotiable in any major entertainment company. Fans have watched WWE invest millions in production effects, pyrotechnics, lighting, and stage design. If such resources exist, then basic wardrobe reliability should not be an afterthought. The responsibility of fans and the industry. The wrestling community, fans, analysts, and creators, has a responsibility to approach incidents like this with empathy rather than sensationalism. Sharing or mocking private moments, even mild ones, only harms performers who already deal with immense pressure. Real fans should focus on demanding accountability, not perpetuating embarrassment. Wrestling media should prioritize integrity and performer respect over click-driven narratives. What WWE must do to regain trust. This moment should be a turning point. WWE must commit to stronger wardrobe testing, better backstage communication, clearer safety protocols, and more respectful handling of unexpected incidents on live broadcasts. Beyond logistics, the company must also rebuild trust by publicly supporting performers when preventable issues occur. A sincere apology, internal reviews, and performer-first solutions would go a long way toward restoring confidence. Conclusion: a call for a safer, more respectful industry. What happened on Monday Night Raw wasn't a scandal. It was a failure of preparation and leadership. Liv Morgan deserved better, and every performer in the industry deserves assurance that their employers will protect their dignity. This moment can either become another footnote in wrestling controversy or the catalyst for meaningful change. Fans, performers, and companies must unite in demanding safer practices, stronger accountability, and unwavering respect for the people who bring this industry to life.